What's up, you guys? This is Chris, aka Thrift BCQ here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I list my items on Ebay.ca. So I got a request from one of my new subscribers on how I list an item on eBay. So I'll go through my exact process of how I list. I'll just go through the whole process from me taking the pictures, measuring the item, as well as weighing it, and how I input it onto the listing. So, all right, guys. So this is my first item. It's the LG remote that I hauled in one of my previous videos, and so I'm going to show you exactly what I do first. So as soon as I get it, I generally just test it first to make sure it works. Also, make sure for remotes specifically that there is no corrosion in the battery compartment. If you see corrosion and it's pretty heavy, probably should stay away from it. If it's light, like really, really light, I'd say there may be a possibility of still restoring it. Generally what I do is I would get some vinegar and use a Q-tip and try to rub it on some of the corrosion to see if it comes off. And yeah, that's the best I can do in terms of remotes or like CD players. But just make sure you guys check these compartments whenever you are buying these types of items. So putting the batteries in right now, as you can see, I'm struggling while holding my phone. Okay, it's in, perfect. Now let's close this bad boy up with one hand. Boom. Okay, let's try it out, see if it works. Boom, there it is. So what I like to do too is I take a picture of the screen to show that it actually works. So keep that in mind when you're taking the photos of something electronic or something, just to show to the customer that it is in working order. Okay, so once I did the testing, now I'm going to take pictures of the remote. Now, as you can see, this is just my ghetto layout over here that I'm using. And I also use a ring light here so that I can try to get nice lighting. So when you open it, that I'm gonna attempt to do here. Oh, it's not even plugged in. What I can do now is I can take a photo of my remote. Now I like to do a top view usually. Don't mind the gray marks over here. I have no idea why they're there, but whatever. So again, I'd like to take photos with the power on to show that it does work. Now, after I'm done taking my photos, I usually use a Mac for my computer. So what I actually do is on my iPhone, I just airdrop them from my iPhone to my computer. Now, you can do that by selecting the photo on your photos, and then when you select it, there will be an option to airdrop it to your MacBook if it's on. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is before you start doing the listing, take a look at the other listings out there and see exactly how much these things are going for and key tag words that are being used for the title of the item. So I'm on Ebay.ca right now, and I'm going to put in the model or the make of the remote, and I'm going to put the model number to see what pops up here. DG11J1-61. Okay, so you're gonna see here, this is the list of all the remotes. It's pretty much the same remote. So they worded it here, LG air conditioned remote control number with the model name, and then they put the condition. So try to keep it as similar as you can with that, because generally these are the important things that you always want to have. So you put the make, and then what it is, and then they put in, for this case, they put the model number at the very end. I generally like to put it near the beginning, followed right after the make. So if you look here, this guy put it near the beginning. But original LG, they're putting the word original in the beginning, I noticed. So you might want to try to include that as well. I believe mine is an original as well. Yeah, mine's an original. So I'm going to put original on mine, because you know, you gotta keep it OG. Okay, so now that we've seen the title, now we want to see how much they've been sold for. So this guy's asking $46.33. I don't think that's how much it's been selling for. I think it was about 35 to 37 bucks it's been selling for. So let's take a look at advanced, and then you're going to take a look at the completed and sold items. Or sorry, I forgot. These one on the eBay website on the computer, it'll only allow you to choose one of these. So I'll go through the sold listings here. On your phone, that you can choose both completed and sold. So I usually use my phone to do a lot of this searching here, but if you're using computer, it's pretty much the same thing. So look at this one. This one sold for $33.13 with $13.92 shipping. Now that sounds about right, just because it is a very small item. Let's see, $37.37. This one sold for $59. Wow. Okay, $59. So the original one for about $37. So I might price it at around, let's go with $38-39 bucks. Just to test the water, see if there's any bites on that price. Okay, so now let's go to your create listing option in your account. So it's going to take you here first. It's going to ask you what type of product are you selling. I'm going to put LG air conditioner remote. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do, because there was no similar items here, I'm going to put the model first, or sorry, the make first, followed by the model. So I'm going to put DG11J-61 air conditioner remote, and I'm going to put tested works, just so sometimes they want to see that it is a working remote. And then sometimes I put the condition of it, so I'll put EUC, for example. So that stands for excellent use condition. So I put an air conditioning controller here, and these are more of the categories that I'm looking to have my remote under. Now, condition description, I don't think you have to put anything there. And photos, you would just add the photos that I just airdropped onto my computer. I'll not do it for now, but I'll just let you know that's what you do. And again, try to put as many photos as you can so you can be as transparent to the buyer. Display a large photo, you don't need to do that. Display up to 12 supersized images, fees may apply, no need to do that. Brand LG, that's right. MPN, no need for that. Custom bundle, nope. Model, I typed that in manually, so you can put that. Batteries is not included. I'm not including batteries with this. I mean, if it's something where you think that you can add more like information to it, then by all means put it in here. Color is, I think it's white and gray, so I'll put white. Now if I scroll down, noise level, you don't need that. Protection properties, no, I don't think these are necessary, because it's not an air condition, it's for a remote. So you'll see here I put a description in, and I like to do point forms. I don't really like using full paragraphs. By all means, if you want to do that, go ahead, but this is just me and how I do it. So I put it's very good use condition, tested works, battery not included, has minor wear, see photos. So I like to refer to the photos too. If you do take pictures of damages, make sure you tell them to look at the photos. Comes from a smoke-free, pet-free location. I like to add that every now and then. Listing is for remote only, and also I put batteries not included in case they say, hey, there's supposed to be batteries. I put no, batteries not included. And then I put, I am not aware of the features, updates, or compatibility of this item. So this is important because I got burned my very first item because they thought it was supposed to have a specific feature, and I didn't disclose what was a specific feature, like what features are that item is supposed to have. And like, I don't need to really say it, but just to be safe, I'm just putting I'm not aware of any of the features, updates, or compatibility of the item. So again, that's to cover yourself. Okay, here's the selling details part. I'm not going to schedule it. I'm just going to list it as soon as I'm done putting in all the information. So for the buy it now price, I'm going to ask $39.99 for it. It's a nice price to have it. Let buyers make offers. Being flexible with your price may help your item sell faster. I mean, I'm going to make a good profit off of this, I think, just because, I mean, I only got the thing for $3.99. So As long as they're making a fair offer, I may put that in there. Yeah, why not? I don't generally automatically accept offers of at least a number, just because you want to be able to just get any type of offer. If you put a specific number and they made an offer to you and it's under the amount that you were looking for, I mean, they're just going to auto decline it, and then you're not going to see it. So at least when you see the offer come in, you'll be able to counter that offer in case you do want to like still try to make a deal with that, which I always do. I always try to counter offer. But I mean, obviously if they're going to make a reasonable offer to you, then I would generally take it, just because I know what my profit margin is between how much I bought it and how much I'm selling it for. And then, yeah, so that's how I generally figure out if I'm going to put in a best offer or not. And also for me, anything under like $19.99 that I price or list, I generally don't do a best offer, just because it's not worth it for me. They'll offer me like $5 and like, what's the point? Private listing, it is not a private listing. PayPal options, yes, I'm using PayPal. I will mark out my email in there. Require immediate payment with buy it now, absolutely, you always want to do that. Okay, now for sales tax, I mean, what I would suggest is try to learn more about the sales taxes. I know in the States it's really pretty much mandatory for you to make sure you have the right information and the right sales tax set up, just because you have to file everything, record everything over there. In Canada, I know if you make a certain amount, then you can probably include it in your income tax. And then after that, you have to file all that information, all the money that you're making after that certain amount. So again, I'm not a tax person, I'm not a financial person, so you should be responsible for looking up this information, just so that you're aware of what you have to put in and what you have to record. Return options, I do not, well, depends on what the item is. For electronics, I put it for 30 days, and I mean, I don't really accept returns as much. Seller free returns, no, I do not do that with hard goods. I do with clothing though. That's just me, you don't have to do that necessarily. It's international returns accepted, no, depending on the item. Now the shipping details here. So now for Canada Post, I'm just gonna, or like for Canada specifically, I'm just gonna put the calculated shipping, and I always put expedited shipping on my items. I generally will not do free shipping anymore, just because it's just been a hassle. I tend to get more sales, but I find that my profit is a bit smaller. So I mean, if it's hard goods though, I do generally charge for the shipping. For things like clothing, there are times where I'll put the occasional free shipping, depending on what the item is and how much like profit I'm going to be making. Handling time, I set it as 2 days. Handling costs, I do not set a handling cost. Totally up to you if you want to put one. Handling costs, I do not set a handling cost. Totally up to you if you want to put one. Now let's calculate the shipping here. Okay, so parcel or padded envelope. So yeah, I'm going to be using a padded envelope for this, if I can find it. Okay, so here we are in the shipping calculator. This is the envelope I'm going to be putting this remote in. It's a padded envelope, so, and I generally put a plastic over this too, just for more security. So it's going to be pretty secure though in this. The remote in here. Now it will generally be a rough estimate. I mean, obviously you won't have the item boxed when you are checking out the dimensions, so I just check the dimensions based on a box that I think that might fit it. So let's just measure here. Okay, so I didn't really show you, but I counted 20 by 13 by 4. So I'm gonna put that in there now. 20 by 13 by 4, the weight. Okay, so I'll just hover over to my scale here. So I'll turn it on. Okay, so you'll see, I'm just waiting for it to turn on here. Okay, so it's in kilograms right now. You have to trust me on that, it says kg on it. So I'll just put it on the scale here, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get this this scale here. It's pretty cool. It's 0.068, it's 0.70 kilograms, 0.070, sorry. Okay, so let's turn on my item again, or my scale here. Okay, so I just changed it to ounces here, and I'm gonna put the item on the scale here. So it's 2.5 ounces, which is under the 4-ounce package size. So it's going to be roughly $4.83. So what I generally like to do is I'll price it just a bit more, just in case there's any more fees. So I'll probably put it at around $6.50 just to be safe, because you already know that this is the furthest state that you can send it to, and that's the most you'll be spending. So now in my listing here, I'm gonna set it as Canada Post track packet for now. There's not really an option for you to put USPS here, because that's what you're actually gonna be doing. So I leave it as Canada Post tracked packet, and I'm gonna put just to let you know too, when US people see your shipping, it's gonna be like in their price, it's gonna be in US pricing. So for them to pay $5 shipping is not a problem. So I can put probably $7.50, because that's probably roughly around $5 for them, which is the right amount that they would generally be paying for their shipping too. So now you just put a $5 shipping rate for the US, and they're going to be wondering, oh, it's from Canada, and I'm only paying $5, so that's a pretty good price. Whereas if you use Canada Post, you may be paying something like $15-20 just for that little item that only weighed 2.5 ounces. So that's why I feel like using a place like a Chit Chats just gives you that competitive edge with the rest of the US to make sure that you do have a decent shipping rate. Okay, now so after I set my rate here, I'm going to put what countries I want to send it to. So I only put US for now. That's just me. I don't really generally send to any of these other countries. I would like to start sending to UK and Australia. They're pretty known for eBay as well, so I would want to start sending to them too. My thing is just trying to figure out the shipping costs for just those specific countries. So I want to be able to set something up so that I can just send a specific price to them too. Now the package, parcel or padded envelope, I already put that information in. This gives me a list of all the excluded countries that I'm not putting in, then followed by my item location, and I'm gonna blur that out. And then these are promoted listings here. Now we'll get to another video on promoted listings, but for me, if you have a lot of competition for that same item, I would say maybe you want to try doing it. But if you're a unique item and you don't really have much competition with that specific item, I really don't think it's necessary. But that's just me again. That's my experience selling on these with these specific items. And then fees are 0 because I have a store. I have a specific number of items I can list, and then I would list item, and that would make your item go live. All right guys, so that's my detailed tutorial on how I really list an item on eBay. So hopefully you learned something, and I'll try to do another one like this, except with the clothing item, just so you see the different type of items I sell and how I list them too. So hopefully this will give you a general idea on how detailed you should be, and how important it is to put things like keywords in your title, because literally that's how people search for these items. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave a comment below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't, also click that bell so that you know when another fire video is out. You can also find me on Instagram at ThriftPCQ, and that's it for now. So hopefully you like these tutorial videos, and again, thank you so much for watching. This is ThriftPCQ signing out. Peace out, guys.